What's up guys, Card Boss here, back in another video where we talk about cards, money, investing. Apologies for the long hiatus, right? So I've been busy with a bunch of stuff. I got a new office that's coming up and lots of things happening in the real life, though not affected by the crypto or what's happened lately. So I hope you guys are kind of doing all right, because of that kind of like earth-shattering news. But back onto the cards, right? So I think if you guys follow my Instagram, I've been picking up a bunch of raw cards here, right? It's a big stack here. And what does that mean? That means that the PSA factory is now back for business. Okay, it's been a while when we had, I would say, it's such a very competitive environment in terms of grading fees, right? Especially for PSA, it's just like, it didn't feel like too long time ago whereby PSA was still charging $50 a card for grading, and it kind of like didn't make sense to send any card that's valued about $150 or less. But right now it's gone down by more than about a third of the price to $15 with the current sports cards bulk special that's ending in the end of November this year. So $15 a card, it's kind of like a good price point. It's almost back to where we started, whereby I believe when I first started sending cards for grading, it was like the $12 I think for value in the sense, and I was paying about like 18 for economy. So we're in that nice little sweet spot in terms of grading fees, which means that you can technically send cards that's about like $50 to $75 and above, right? So and that's basically what I have been looking at in the past recent weeks. And prior to this, right, my strategy has always been focusing on the GOATs, right? The big players, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Jordans, in some cases Steph as well, and maybe a bit of Luka. But because of the low grading fees, I kind of like said, okay, we're gonna branch out to taking some bit of risk into some modern players, which I have in this stack here. So what I have here is a stack of 20 cards, PSA sub that's going into that bulk value special at $15 each. So got a good mix of cards here. That how would say value, not value, that's expected price range. Okay, I mean it's about $199. Okay, I would have certain cards here that is perhaps around the $100 kind of range, right? So let's just go quickly on these cards here. I got a Kobe rookie card, Bowman's Best here. This one raw, when I first started out, it's about like $60, and it went up as high as 150 for the raw. Come down quite a fair bit. I think raw these days is about like $50-$60, and you can get a PSA 10. It's still a good value on this for about like $350. So you may consider $15 grading fee. The multipliers is still there, for these kind of cards. PSA 9 still goes for about 100. So there's still a lot of value for these more Kobe's here. This is the metal. Again, rookie fresh foundation. I got picked this up for about $25. $15 grading fee. PSA 9 goes for about like $50-$60 here. So still good returns on this for a PSA 9. Now what happens is a PSA 8, perhaps you probably recover the raw price, but $15 grading fee isn't that tough a pill to swallow as compared to previously when it's like $50, right? So that's pretty expensive. More Kobe's here, Stadium Club rookie. Right, now I got here the first of my 1997 Metal Universe. This is titanium Allen Iverson, right? I like the die card. This is a very popular insert. I think Jordan goes for about more than $1,000. This Iverson I picked up for about 120, right? And these ones actually grade quite well, unless of course you have scratches and kind of like those print dots, and this Iverson is pretty clean. So hopefully a minimum of a PSA 9 because of the die card. As long as there's no chipping on the edges, you're kind of good for a PSA 9, which could probably fetch around like 150 to 180. Not a big issue on that. So if you're lucky, PSA 10, that's where the premium is. LeBron Flair Tradition here. So nicely scented ones. This is why I picked up this one here. Our back is a bit off, but hopefully this is a PSA 9 here. I picked this up for I think it was about $110. So with the grading fee, PSA 9, maybe you can fetch around like 150. So if you're lucky, you get a PSA 10 because it has a nice centering on the front, it's just a little bit off on the back, which is still good punt, I would say. Okay, moving on. Very popular insert, Duncan Go Nuts. This is Tracy McGrady. This insert, I'm not sure you can get this on camera. It's a bit yellowish, right? And that's a problem with this insert here, and that has affected a lot of the grades on this particular set. So very rare you see any that's PSA 9 or better, or BGS 9 or better. And also to get a little bit of the flaking or pin dots on the foiling here, which I've seen in a couple of examples that are from other ones that I saw on eBay. So this T-Mac is pretty clean, and it's probably perhaps worth a punt to try and get at least a PSA 9. Right, I got this for about, I think, less than $100, so good choice on this one. 2 high voltage inserts for Kobe here. I like the high voltage inserts, although they're not easy to grade. I have a lot of ones I've done previously where they have a bit of chipping at the end, but these 2 copies look pretty clean. Very nice inserts. I love the high voltage. Second year Kobe's EX 2001 star date. You know, you guys are familiar with the rookie star date. Okay, that's a very popular one. This one less so. The die cards here, it's a very rough on the edges. You know, I've seen some examples don't go better than a PSA 8. I'm just hoping maybe just an 8 for this one, which there is a little bit of premium, can you believe it or not, for a PSA 8, because that's just show how difficult to grade this particular insert. Just a random Steph Curry. This is Studio RC, nothing big here. More Steph Curry, Adrenaline. This is a sticker, I think, or one of those sets, I think. So I think I bought this for like 30 bucks. So, you know, $15 grading, you know, I think you get a PSA 10 goes for about like 120. And this is a nice clean condition. You know, that'll be a great bonus. Right, here comes the modern stuff. A couple of modern cards here. Franz Wagner. You know, I'm a big Orlando Magic fan, a big Wagner fan, and I just like this optic on-card auto. It is not serial numbered, unfortunately, but optic offers that on-card auto. Pretty clean, pretty nice, and well centered actually. For this one's slightly a bit off, but it's okay. I don't mind a PSA 9 as well on this one. I've got this for about 100. About $100 each. PSA 9 you can get just a little bit of value, especially if Orlando and Wagner shows a lot of strides in the near future. Moving on, Tracy McGrady, another one here, Topps Generations Refractor. This is a die card, very nice clean one for McGrady. Right, just love this one. Big man on court, Anthony Hardaway. This is on, I think most people are more familiar with the previous year one, you know, with the die card. But this one here has a nice surface that kind of, I don't know what you call it, you know, and the card stock is very thin, and I got a Kobe one here, which I'm going to talk about more later. But this Anthony Hardaway one, pretty nice on the front, but back here does have a bit of edge wear here. So maybe PSA 8. I think if I get a PSA 7, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. But again, $15 grading fee, not a lot to complain about, if you ask me, right? Just to kind of like spin the dice on that. Now, titanium, Shaquille O'Neal, similar to the Allen Iverson earlier, very nice edgings and no chippings, as well as no print dots. So this could be a surefire PSA 9, unless, you know, I kind of missed out on anything. I don't make sure there was no scratches on this. A couple of rookies. Kobe rookies. This is Topps paper 138. I had a couple of these, you know, I had to filter them. You know, these are not the best centering here. You can see there's a bit off from the left to right, as well as this one here. I believe that all the nicely centered ones are nice, perfect ones has already perhaps gone through PSA. So whatever that you see raw in the market, it's likely just a PSA 9. Won't be anything better than that. So it'd be good if, let's say, you can find the deals to pick up these raws at a very good price, you know, to just get a little upside. PSA 9 goes for about 150, I think. Yep. So, and these ones here, the raw I got for about like $65 to $75. So with the $15 grading fee, there is still a little bit of money to make. You know, all these cards, right? It's not like gonna, you know, become rich overnight, you know, and get like 3x or 5x or whatever, but you know, it's just a little bit margins, it stacks up a little bit, you know, and these are all low cost based with low risk on a $15 grading fee. Lastly, in this 20 card submission, this is Jalen Suggs Panini Cornerstones. I believe this is a gold that's out of 25. You guys can catch it. It's a sticker auto. I noticed a lot of sticker autos lately of rookies, right? Especially those on big autographs. Kind of sign them outside the sticker, which is not nice at all. But this one here, nice 4 quad patch for Jalen Suggs. You know, he's not having the best year. You know, still getting his feet wet in the league. You know, he's still pretty inconsistent. Had a huge game against the Warriors just last week, but you know, not showing the consistency enough to warrant himself as a top 5 pick in the draft. But still early, second season, long way more to go. So that's the bulk value 20 card submission here, and we move on to a couple of stuff that I'm sending through economy here. Just 4 cards here. These are sent $50 per card, right? So I have a Kobe here, the big man on court here, which I purchased for, I think it was about 600, I can't remember, right? But this one, compared to the Penny Hardaway, has nice cleanages. So I'm very optimistic about this one. It should not come back anything lesser than 8. Hopefully a 9, and that's where a lot of premium is for this insert here. This is a lot easier to grade than the one with the die card. So looking forward for this one. Here's the LeBron Topps 221, 2003. Nice centering here. Could be a borderline 10, maybe 9 to 10, right? I'll be happy with a 9. Bought this raw for about $350, so there is some upside. You know, you get a PSA 9, it goes for about like $450 or so. A little bit of upside, right? With a little small chance of getting a PSA 10. Just, you know, love this kind of little odds. Famous Michael Jordan Scoring Kings here. Tough card to grade. Lots and lots. I've handled so many of these cards, right? In the PSA 8, BGS 8.5, BGS 9. So tough, this one. Again, this is not a perfect specimen of this, right? This is probably another PSA 8, in my opinion. Unlucky if you get a PSA 7, but I'll be happy with a PSA 8, and I bought this card only for about $350 raw. So PSA 8, you know, I believe can go for about like $800, so that's a lot of upside. A PSA 7, maybe just about like 500, right? So there is a lot of upside if you can find nice conditions. It's sometimes buying on eBay. This particular raw came from eBay, right? It looks nice in the picture. When it comes back in, you see all the chipping in the corners, the little lines at the top, a little dents in the corners here. So it's pretty rough, but this one here was pretty alright, so pretty satisfied with it. And the last non-sport is just a little Marvel card here, Spider-Gwen. Alright, pretty popular character after the 2022 Spidey Metal. This is from original 2017 PMG Flair Ultra Bronze that's unnumbered out of 199. So just want to send this up. This has come down a lot in price. At its high point, this was going for about like raw, about like $500 to $600. I believe now the raw can be obtained for maybe about like $150. So $50 sent for grade. This is a nice one though. This is actually a thick cardstock, right? So not the easiest to grade, but has potential here for a PSA 9 that potentially can grab for about like $600 to $700. So that's where the upside is, worth sending for $50. So that's essentially it, right? From my PSA, little PSA Grain Factory, I got more raw cards that's coming, but these are the major ones. I would say I had a lot of raw cards that came in, right? But these are the only ones that kind of like made the cut to PSA. The rest, that has the usual flaws, you know, that you see when you do this kind of filtering off center, a little bit of scratch, a bit of dent that you just really didn't catch during the photos. So that's basically it, right? Sports card market still in a particular yo-yo. You know, people are still kind of skeptical of putting money in. I'm just taking a little bit of conservative route here, just opening up the PSA factory, buying cards here. As you can see, you know, less than $100. Most of them here are between 50, 75, 100 to 150 at most, right? To come in occasionally, I'll just pick up a nice Kobe like this, and just to try my luck to see whether or not I can really get a boom on the big upside here. So that's it for this video. Do like and subscribe if you enjoy my kind of content. I will be curating more content in the coming weeks. It's been absolutely smashed in terms of how busy I am, right? So hopefully I can just get my kind of video streams together, and hopefully I bring you guys more good stuff coming in. All right, thanks guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cowboys out.